What's up, everyone? My name's Peyton, and I'm a member of the visuals team for After Party. Over the weekend of July 4th, our co-founder, Jalen Carr, and I visited Monument Avenue in Richmond, Virginia, which has become the epicenter of the Black Lives Matter movement in Richmond. Having grown up in Richmond myself, the experience of the past 2 months have frankly been life-changing. For those of you that aren't super familiar with the area, Monument Avenue is a major road in Richmond that runs from the city out all the way out into the suburbs. Unfortunately, lining the median of this street are 5 enormous monuments dedicated to former Confederate leaders, such as Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, Matthew Fontaine Maury, Jeb Stuart, and Jefferson Davis. These statues range pretty much anywhere from 30 to 80 feet tall and just have an incredibly palpable presence. Growing up in Richmond a few miles from Monument Avenue, these statues have been a part of my daily life for almost 20 years, and as embarrassing as it is to admit, the implications of these monuments never occurred to me. From my perspective, these monuments were just that, monuments. The connection between racism, hatred, and the lost cause narrative in these monuments just really didn't resonate with me, and a lot of my peers have said the same. Now, however, the connection really couldn't be more clear. Following the murder of George Floyd and the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement, Monument Avenue, specifically the Lee Monument, has become a beacon of hope, culture, community, inspiration. The formerly gray stone pedestal on the Lee Monument has turned into a canvas for street art and graffiti and empowering messages. The grass circle surrounding the Lee Monument now sees endless activity, from voter registration tents to bands playing music, from bike repair stations to a radical library, from people playing basketball to people just advocating for change. Never before has the area seen such constant life and exuberance, and the transition from a location of hateful history to a place of peace and empowerment is awe-inspiring. The community has really reclaimed the area, and it's been incredible to take part in. As I mentioned earlier, I had the pleasure of showing After Party's co-founder, Jalen Carr, around Monument Avenue while they visited early in July. Here's Jalen.
Going to school in Virginia, I had always known that Richmond was one of the larger cities in the state. I had never been there personally, so I was lucky enough to stay for an extended amount of time during 4th of July weekend, amidst so much history happening before my eyes. The Robert E. Lee statue, rightfully reclaimed as the Marcus David Peters Circle, was very breathtaking to see. At the surface, there stands a 60 to 70 foot statue that is almost impossible to see the top of while up close. To see that statue that represented the deep-rooted history of racism in our country and realistically a symbol of hate, become a center for Black culture, beautiful art, amazing graffiti, and peace in general truly left me at a loss of words. The statue had been a setting for police brutality and violence when the protests first happened. When I was there was not a single cop in the area. I'm truly thankful that I got to see a part of history and how persistent the people of Richmond were to make change in their community.
The summation of these experiences can be seen in the energy of the crowd at the removals of the other monuments. This conversation has been a point of contention in Virginia's government, as the Lee Monument resides on state property, while the other 4 are on city property. Beginning on July 1st, the city moved to remove 4 of the monuments over which they had jurisdiction. Doing so completely unannounced, the cranes appeared around the Stonewall Jackson Monument on the morning of July 1st. I was lucky enough to actually be driving by the area at the time, and after seeing the cranes, I immediately parked my car and canceled my plans for the rest of the day. The crowd started with around 100 people, but as the day progressed, it grew to include thousands. People of all walks of life were there, including a few celebrities. After waiting for around 6 hours, the statue finally came down. The atmosphere there was almost biblical. For the first 5 hours, it was a beautifully sunny day, but about 15 minutes before the statue was removed, a storm rolled in and poured on the crowd. removal crew persisted, though, and as they lowered the bronze statue to the ground, cheers erupted from the crowd and lightning lit up the sky above us. Protesters surrounded the monument, taking pictures with it and touching a piece of history. Nearby, a church bell tolled. The energy there was unmatched by any other event I've witnessed. Thanks to the efforts of protesters the past few months, Richmond is now a city of two histories, one of historical racism and Confederate idolatry, and another, more modern history of humanity, community, and respect. No longer is Richmond just the former capital of the Confederacy. It has become a new home to racial equality and social justice that, hopefully, will continue far into the future.